Hello to you, my beautiful and amazing returning subscribers. And how you guys doing today? So today I'm reacting to 7 things you shouldn't do in Philippines. Let me tell you one. Do you know that when you get to the Philippines and it's election time, you can't buy alcohol a day before election? You can't buy the drink, you can't buy to gift anyone. If you do, oh boy, you'll be arrested. You will stay in jail for at least 6 months. Oh my God, can you believe that? So guys, let's dive into 7 things you don't do when you get to the Philippines.
Today is election day in the Philippines, and we're going to talk about 7 things that you should never do in the Philippines. It's coming at you right now. As a foreigner coming to the Philippines, you should be aware of all 7 of these things that you shouldn't do, and it will make your trip much more pleasant. So here they are. Number 1, never ever try to buy alcohol or consume alcohol the day of or the day before an election. It's actually a crime here to buy, to sell, to give away, or to drink liquor the day before an election or the day after. And this law has teeth, serious teeth. You could go to prison for 1 to 6 years and there is no probation. Number 2, and another election law here in the Philippines, is that you cannot campaign the day before an election. There's actually a cooling off period. Of course, if you're a foreigner coming here, you ought not be campaigning, period, because that's not consistent with the law here either. And you can get in big trouble for trying to interfere. Number 3, do not get involved romantically with a married Filipina. It is actually a crime to commit adultery here in the Philippines, and both the man who's committing the adultery and the woman can go to prison for that. Interestingly enough, however, it is not a crime for a man to have an affair with an unmarried Filipina unless he's financially supporting her. However, if I was the husband in that situation and your wife finds out, you probably never want to eat anything she serves for you again.
Exactly.
Just saying. In fact, where I come from, the state I live, it's a grounds for divorce to try to poison your husband. Not poison your wife, but poison your husband. So you wonder where these laws came from.
I wonder.
You know, in retrospect, just don't cheat, period. Whatever country you're in. Number 4, do not get confrontational here in the Philippines. As a foreigner, just be happy that you're here. Don't try yelling at people when you don't get your way. This is a country where people do not scream and yell at each other when they're displeased in public. It is a losing of face, and you do not want to do that here. It's not like in your home country where people will tolerate you more being a jerk. It's not going to happen here. I was in a grocery store at one point, and there was another foreigner. They were very upset about the line situation, and they start raising their voice and yelling and pointing at their watch, and all you're doing is embarrassing yourself. And you're embarrassing especially the people that are with you who are Filipinos. So just don't do it. Everybody's going to think you're a jerk, and the situation may escalate and you find yourself in a position you don't want to be in. Number 5, don't try to come to the Philippines unless you are a resident or you are married and traveling with a Filipino or Filipina unless you have an onward ticket. It's a big no-no. So it doesn't have to be a round-trip ticket, but it does have to be an onward ticket showing that you have a plane ticket allowing you to depart before whatever visa or visa on arrival time passes when you come to the Philippines. You can be denied a boarding pass. The airline can deny you boarding on the plane unless you can show proof. Now, I've never once even been asked for this in all of my travels to the Philippines, and I've never had one of my family members who were actually asked for that. But I do know people who they risked it, did not have that or a throwaway ticket, and they had to buy one quickly at the airport before they would be allowed to board on the plane. And it's much more expensive to do that. Don't risk your trip. Number 6, always have some cash with you in the Philippines. Do not depend upon credit cards and debit cards. Some days you'll go to a store where you can use the credit card. The very next day, the credit card reader's just not accepting credit cards for some reason, or foreign credit cards. Sometimes you'll go to an ATM at a mall and literally all 4, 5, 6 ATMs will be totally out of cash and not be able to dispense. You might have to go all the way across town and those be out of cash too. So always have some cash money on you for emergencies when the cards aren't going to work.
Wow,
Finally, number 7, do not try to cut line here in the Philippines. In fact, don't try to cut line anywhere in the world. It's just rude, but it's especially rude here in the Philippines. And occasionally you will see people who are bypassing the line, and that's because stores have a special exception in the Philippines for elderly people, handicapped people, and pregnant women. So when you see that, be glad that those people are actually getting some privilege of being in that position. Something that we ought to consider when we're in America doing and making it a little nicer.
Wow.
Some people in the Philippines felt so strongly about this trying to jump line or cut queue that several years ago there was legislation that was proposed that would actually make it a crime to try to cut in line at the grocery store or the Jollibees or some sort of government offices. I can't tell if it ever passed or not, but it definitely was proposed in the legislature because I read some of it. All right, guys, that's our special election day 7 things not to do while you're here in the Philippines. Hope you enjoyed that video.
Yes,
I hope
did.
it was useful to you. And if you like this content, please subscribe. It really helps my channel. Lets me know that you guys like it and to keep bringing you content like this. And don't forget to like the video and leave a comment down below of what you thought or what you think people should know about when they come to the Philippines that they should not do.
This is amazing. I didn't know, like, adultery is punishable by law, and adultery only permitted if the man is rich and is trying to help the girl that is poor. Ah, no. The wife of the rich man is not going to like that one at all. Okay, you're not allowed to campaign a day before election. Okay, that is quite understandable. Not cutting lines is quite acceptable. You know, why should you cut lines? It's wrong. Wait for your turn. You know, shouting, yelling, trying to fight. No, that is quite, no. Why would you want to do that? This is wrong. You know, be mature, behave civilized, be civil. You know, when dealing or having conversation, no confrontation and all that. That's really, really nice, guys. I think I like it. I think it's something I won't break these laws, okay? Because these are something anyone should know. So thank you for this. I enjoyed it, and I'll see you again. Bye-bye.